Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
How is everybody's week?
It's going by really slow, actually.
I know. Oh my god.
Mine actually feels really fast.
Nobody
So that's
likes you.
good. Well, it's not a good thing. I have so many things to do. So like when you run out of time,
Yeah.
I need time to go slower so I can do other things. The problem is I work too much. Like that takes up like my entire life,
Fucking
and I
work.
picked up more hours. So that was stupid.
It's for a good
The
cause.
money.
Yeah,
The money
It's-
won't be stupid.
I know, right? Like, oh, I can like buy groceries and pay for a house.
How
How
pay
dare
my
I?
bills this week. Sweet.
Yeah.
Hydra
Yeah.
staying on, kids.
Yeah, you guys get to still play your computer games. Good for you.
Woo. Oh my god, I couldn't imagine. Like that's the thing is like if I ever ended up like super broke again, I couldn't imagine telling my like video game adults like addicted son to be like, we'll have to give this up. Cause like what
Yeah.
would he do?
Yeah,
That's 90% of his time. Like
right? The world's on fire. Like that's like get as much fun as you can. Like and then you're like, no, now you have to go out to the real world because we don't have video games anymore.
every
Like,
other day, I'm like, man, I should really diet. And then I'm like, oh, we're gonna be in a food shortage due to climate change in like 10 years. Like, don't worry about it. I can diet then.
yeah, when everyone's eating porridge.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll eat what I want
It's
now.
some rice.
Yeah.
So Jessica, what are you drinking tonight?
I am actually so my husband is Greek and his last name is very, very long. And he went and he bought a beer just for a joke because it's called Lago and that's what he goes by. And it's a Mexican beer and it tastes kind of like an IPA. But yeah, so my husband bought Mexican beer as a joke because it had his last name on it.
Yeah, his
Who's Greek? He's
last
not
name in
Mexican.
Mexican. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
It's a Mexican beer, but my husband's Greek. It's just it's a thing.
It's a thing. He saw it and he was like, "Oh, that's me. Bye."
Is it spicy? It's probably
No,
like
it-
racist to say, but like
Oh, we're white, so anything spicy. But it
everything's
actually,
spicy. Yeah.
it's like bitter. It's kind of like it tastes like an IPA. I like IPAs, but it has like that bitter aftertaste. So probably not for everybody. But yeah,
But
I
it's for
found
you.
since I had COVID and I don't have taste, things are more spicy now. Like pepper is spicy. Like I don't
COVID made you more white.
understand.
Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't like my taste buds are so off, and like cilantro now tastes like soap. It didn't used to, but now it does. And I was like, oh, I fucking love cilantro, but not anymore.
Cilantro?
Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah.
Is it
cilantro.
Is it not pronounced
It's okay.
cilantro?
Oh, I
No,
pronounce it
it's cilantro.
cilantro, but
It's cilantro.
who am I?
Fuck.
I'm not from that
I know.
culture. I could be saying it wrong.
We're all pronouncing it wrong.
Oh my gosh. I don't fucking know. And like herbs are actually like herbs, and I'm like herbs. Like
Yes.
Sonia, what are you drinking? Speaking of,
I'm just finishing a coffee, and then my backup is water. It's a Thursday. Sorry to ruin the magic for you guys. I have to go to bed. So, wake up tomorrow. I can't go to work smelling like rum.
Unfortunately,
I mean, you could.
I'm sure it's
where is the
I'm
freedom?
sure. Oh my god, yeah. No, I probably could. No one would be the wiser, except for the people
I don't think
I'm
anyone
up
would
close
say
with.
anything.
No,
They'd be
that's what I
like,
mean.
Yeah, that's okay.
They're like old people. Old people can't smell anymore. It's fine. Oh my gosh. They're like, oh, what's that new scent you're wearing? Happy hour.
Hooray! I like that. We should start like a scent brand, like a perfume brand.
That
We
smells
should,
like
happy
mojitos.
hour
Yeah.
and
I don't know how to make
sangria.
perfume. Sangria.
Yeah.
50-50.
What about you,
I
John?
need oils.
I am drinking another socialite, but this one is blood orange. The flavor.
Was it
It
taste like?
tastes okay. It's
Okay.
actually okay. Like, it's not the gross cottage something. So it's fine. I'm scared to drink those again when I have to because the LCBO is still on strike. So
Ugh. And they're being sued.
I thought the strike was over.
The Ford
No.
turned on the agreement.
Yeah.
Oh,
But he made it seem like the union did it.
of course he did. And now LCBO is being sued by like private alcohol companies for
Well,
price gouging.
It's a government thing. I don't understand.
And it's more expensive to buy these alcohols, like a lot of the beers and ciders and wines and stuff, at Loblaws. But they're not going
Yeah.
after Loblaws. They're
No.
going after the LCBO because the whole goal is just to end
Fuck
the
LCBO.
Yeah, and like the
like
Ford government has been sued more, like they've lost 12 times. I don't know how many times they've been sued, and it's all taxpayer dollars. I feel like we should be allowed to sue them individually, like personally, not use taxpayer dollars to
No
protect
one's
them.
talking about the Science Center anymore, which is pissing me off.
Yeah, that too.
Because
Oh,
that's
the
a major
Ontario
thing.
Science Center. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's pissing me off. Like, yeah, like the LCBO sucks, but like the Science Center really hurts. Like,
And they're at the same time. Like these issues happened like at the same time because he's just trying to get his money's worth. Because I hope he knows he's not gonna win the next one.
no,
Like,
no.
yeah,
Well, the Greenbelt
hopefully.
sealed that, right? Like him fucking with the Greenbelt after he got reelected, that sealed the deal. He wasn't gonna get back in, and so now he's just like, hey, how am I gonna get my buddies more rich? Okay, well, we're gonna do prescriptions through Loblaws. We're gonna now do alcohol through Loblaws. We're gonna he's helping
The
Galen
privatization of healthcare. Fuck, we just got like a $250 bill from our family doctor's office for
What?
phoning in prescriptions.
What?
Are you for real?
Because
Jeez.
Ford redacted it in like June. Yeah. So like it's up to the doctor's office whether or not they charge you for it, just like doctor's notes. They
Your
don't have
doctor
to,
is
but they can.
an asshole.
Yeah,
It's the whole clinic. It's like a building. It's Halton Public Health in Burlington.
It's still bullshit. I just did recently antibiotics for Nicholas, and I didn't get charged shit. And I didn't have to get him to go in to see anyone. They just faxed over the prescription and that. But then
and more blood tests are getting not covered, and
Okay, I'm already in a privatized medical province where like a lot of stuff I have to pay for if I want to get seen. And so
so you're just coming, like you'll know what's going on when you come back.
I'll be like, oh guys, I already know what I'm doing. It's fine. You'll know how it's supposed to be.
You'll already have your card out. Like you're like, I've been here before.
Yeah, fucking debit everything. Boop, cry.
This special credit card just for my medical bills. Here you go.
Yeah.
Literally this past month I spent $3,000 on all my cats getting fucking sick at the same time.
Yeah, oh my God.
Jesus Christ. And now like our vets are like, they need a follow-up and like all this shit. And I'm like I need to get their medication, but I'm also broke. Can I just get the medication, please? I cannot afford a $300 appointment, please. Privatized healthcare, ladies and gentlemen.
Did they give you medication? Like
they gave the hospital that we had to take him to gave medication to last for like the month, and then we're supposed to meet with our actual vet to get like long-term for his thyroid medication.
Oh, okay. Because baby Kitty was a senior cat and he needed antibiotics all the time, and it got to the point where I was like, I could just call and like, can I pick up medication? And I was able to pick it up. Like,
I'm sure it'll get to that point, like after the follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
But I might just be like, hey guys, I've like brought all my cats to you. I've spent thousands of dollars there. Please just like either give me a free fucking follow-up or let me just buy my cats insulin and thyroid medication. Thank you. Because that's gonna be like $500.
With the prices you pay, a follow-up should be free. Like it's the same. It's the same issue.
No, it's not the same because she went to a hospital, right?
Yeah,
And now
had
she
to
has
go to
to
the
go
hospital.
to a vet. So she went to animal hospital, now a vet. So it's two separate.
For the record, we fucking called my vet and they were like, we can't get you in till Friday. And I'm like, my cat's vomiting blood. So I feel like this can't wait.
Yeah, so it had to be an
So-
emergency. So that's why I had to
Yeah.
go to the animal hospital.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been there, done that with
fucking
Mater
animals.
and
Yeah.
Diamond.
I know. I got
Yeah.
diabetic cat, a cat with pancreatitis, and then another cat with hypothyroidism and an ulcer. Like fucking Jesus.
You get all the broken cats.
It's genetics.
They're taken from
I'm
you.
not getting a cat. Like, fuck that. I'm never getting a cat.
Oh,
The other day, actually, speaking of animals, I'm pretty sure Tequila had a seizure. I first thought he just had an itch in the way he was like flopping, but then like I don't know, he was like kind of shaky, like trying to hop around. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, listen, guy, I can't afford any kind of like medication. If you go, you go. Like that's it. Like you're a buddy. You're gonna live maybe 6 more months anyway.
yeah, you're like a senior
sucks to
citizen.
suck, but
Well, if he ever does that again, just like do something to try to like get like a reaction out of him. If he doesn't react, then it is a seizure.
Yeah.
If he stops,
I wasn't sure at first. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with him? Like he's like looks like he's tweaking out. I thought like maybe first he was just itchy or something, like the way he was like going, and I'm like maybe he's just being playful. And then I was like, and then when he got finally up, he was like kind of wobbly, and I was like, oh no, no, we're not going to the vet. Like I'm sorry, but like
I know it's always
I
that
love you, but not that much.
like like my one cat's getting older, and it's always that like what like how like A, what would I put him through, and then B, like how much of a cost would be too much, like for like 6 months of semi great life, like it's just suffering and that kind of stuff. So it's like I feel like if my cat ends up needing like a $3,000 surgery, I probably will say no. Like I'm like, after spending all this money on medication, like I did my best. I love him. There's no point in putting like an 80-year-old through a surgery. Like if I'm 80 and I need like a life-saving surgery, I'm just gonna be like, I'm good.
Just make me comfortable, right? Like
like pain meds all the way rather than. So
a lot of the older generation, aging population is like, I just want to be comfortable. Like I'm just tired of living.
I know, you see like those like 100-year-old birthday parties and they always look so depressing, like they're being wheeled out.
And like they're surrounded by family and everything. Like, why are you happy?
Like not a fucking another one.
It's gonna be me next week. Be like, it's my fucking birthday, son of a bitch.
You're done. You're not even
like
fuck. Like you're not even half to 100, but you're just done.
You're done. Done.
I'm not 40 and I'm done. I'm like, fuck this.
So we were talking about this on another episode a couple weeks back, but is anyone on their period today?
No.
I got 4 days.
Oh, we're so close.
So
sync our cycles.
Cramps.
We were gonna sync our cycles for science in podcasting and women's podcasting.
You have to tell me when. I have to take medication. So you have to tell me when you want me to.
I just started mine today.
I've been feeling cramps, so I need to check my tracker.
Oh, we're probably really close. I wonder if they've done studies. Like when women live together, they kind of start to sync up. I wonder if that happens virtually too. Like if you see another woman like all the time, will you eventually sync up?
Well, I think it's all about math. Like eventually, like the days like catch up to each other, but then you're not synced up again. Like, and then like it's all about math and what days land on what days. Like it's.
Okay, you don't have to be technical, Sonia. Jeez.
I'm just saying.
Well, I guess the science like for science, if you were studying that, you'd have to study both people living together and not living together to see
Yeah.
how fast they'll sync up, and see if it syncs up faster if they're living together, and see if it stays synced longer while they're living together. And then that would create like a correlation. Science people. I have studies I want you to conduct.
So I have a household where 4 people have uteruses. Uteri. I don't know the plural for uterus.
I think it'd be uteri.
And it's very rare that the stars align and everybody is at the same time. Sometimes it's 2 people, sometimes it's 3, but it's very rarely 4.
I wonder if your uteruses are just like fighting each other.
Like using their brain power, like their dead baby fetus powers. Just like,
yeah. They're like, you're gonna get pregnant this month. No, prove it.
So gross. All right, that's my cue.
Okay, yeah.
To get a real topic.
We're already almost like a quarter of the way in.
A real topic, guys. Party experience.
What was your worst party experience? Does anyone have one to go first?
I don't party that much.
Yeah, but if you used to.
Okay. When I was 16, we were at we used to do all these like chips and pop parties. Okay. So alcohol at a party was very rare. But then somebody's boyfriend, everybody was leaving. And it was me and my partner at the time, and then somebody else's boyfriend. And all of a sudden he like pulls out a bottle of like rum from like wherever. I don't fucking know where he pulled it out of. And we were walking through a baseball field. And then like they're like, oh, okay, have some. And then I guess I was thirsty. I didn't drink enough at this chips and pop party because I chugged it. I was like, oh, it's like I'm so thirsty. Go, 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 go. And then I don't remember the rest of the baseball field. Like,
oh,
no. So it wasn't the party part. It was like the walking home. And then I don't remember much, but there's some things I remember. Like I kept getting mad that my partner wouldn't let me walk on my own. I was like, I could do it myself. And then the other person's boyfriend, we're going to call him Jack. I don't fucking know his name. Jack's like, just let her go. It's fine. Yeah. And then my partner's like, okay, let's see what happens. I took one step and like landed on my face. It was not good. And then every single apartment building we walked past, I was like, that's my house. And then and my partner's like, no, it's not. Okay. Like, it's not your house. Like, and we like weren't dating very long. Like, only like 3 months at this time. He's never been to my house. He just like been to the outside of my apartment. And I don't know how he got me home because he didn't know. Like, and he's like, oh, I saw your brothers or something. So like, that's like the stars aligned and I got passed off. Like,
your responsibility now.
Yeah, your problem now. And then I had to wake up early the next day because I was babysitting somebody. Still very drunk. I don't even know how I got to work or anything like that. I slept most of the day. Like, thank God the person I was babysitting was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Like it was rough. So it wasn't the party itself, but like, and now the smell of rum, even though I love it, like that's what I mix the most. Like if I'm like, just the smell of it at first gives me like a, but like I still have to like power down, but
yeah, I find like that's the thing is like the party always like feels fun, and then all of a sudden there's like a switch.
Yeah.
Like usually, hopefully, by the time you get home or on the way home. Sometimes it happens at the party. I remember like the first year Chris and I dated, we went back to my hometown for Halloween. We stayed like at my dad's place. My dad's place was so gross. I felt so bad. But I was poor. Like I was like, "Hey, boyfriend, this is where I'm from." And we got invited to a Halloween party on the Mohawk territory near where I lived. And we went out, and it was like my friends from high school who I hadn't seen in years due to the previous volatile like relationship I was in. I wasn't allowed to like have friends. So I was like reconnecting with a lot of these people, and it was like a big house party, everything like that. I'm drinking. I was dressed as Sharknado. My husband was dressed as like a prisoner in one of those black and white costumes he just picked up on the way. And I ended up drinking a lot. And this one guy I knew, I was like, he started talking about like how he doesn't see his kid. And then I was like, why not? And then he started bitching about the mom. And I was like, did you go to court? And he was like, no. And I'm like, well, then it's your fault.
Yeah.
You are not trying hard enough. You could do it, but you're choosing not to. Like I was just like, like I was like, I watch my kid. Like,
Yeah.
So not time appropriate was that point. So he was drunk, and so he got really mad. And then I started getting up in my face, and then I was like, "Oh, like I'm taller than you." He was like 5 foot. And that made it worse. So then Chris was like trying to get me out of there because I was like gonna fight this guy that was shorter than me. Yeah. So he gets me out, and he's like pretty sober because he was driving. So he's driving me back to my dad's house, and like again, it's that switch, and like I was like, "Don't touch me. I wasn't done at the party," you know? And he was so mad at me. Like I thought we were going to break up. He was so mad at me. He slept in his car that night. Like he dropped me off inside my dad's house and went out to the car and slept. And obviously didn't sleep well because he was freezing. It was October. And he came back inside like early in the morning, and we were like texting all breakfast while I was still drunk. And I'm like, "Are you breaking up with me? Please don't do it in front of my dad." And, like, we didn't break up though, so he
That's
forgave
good.
me. We've had more experiences like that. Like I've talked about the time I thought he was my Uber driver. But all I did was praise him. I kept telling the Uber driver about my fantastic musical boyfriend. So, so at least he knows he's on my mind when I'm extremely shit faced. But yeah, it was
That's
a
good.
pretty bad party experience.
Sonia knows mine. I was 16. It was New Year's, and I spent New Year's at Sonia's house, her very first apartment. And so I was 16. So me and David were on again, off again, and was an off again thing. And so I'm obviously upset. And so Sonia's like, "Hey, like forget that dude. Like come to my apartment. I'm having a couple of friends over. We're just gonna have a couple of drinks, and we'll like, you can stay here for the night." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I go to Sonia's apartment, and she has all these like older friends, right?
By older,
And-
it's 2 years older.
Older.
Wait. Okay, but I'm still like, I'm a baby compared to them. Like
Yeah.
they treated me like a baby too. But we got to like the drinking part, and somehow, I don't know how, everyone's drink ended up with me. Like they kept giving me their drinks. I had bottles and cups along Sonia's couch going around.
It was Samantha that kept
her
giving
too.
you alcohol.
Her too. But no, it was Samantha. There was some dude that was with Samantha. There was another guy that was hanging out with your baby daddy. There was some Jay dude. I want to say his name was Jay. I don't know. Anyway,
She's taking alcohol from random men.
Yeah.
I was. They were just handing it to me like, "Here, you can finish this," and I was. It got bad. It got so bad. I couldn't even. I went to get up off
fast.
the couch. And then Sonia had to help me to the bathroom. I remember I got my pants down. I peed. I leaned over. I hit my head off the bathtub, Then it bounced, hit my head off the fucking heated
The radiator.
radiator, and then finally fell on the floor with my pants in my ankles. And so Sonya's like, shit. So she get me to bed. So she carried me to bed. Now I'm like almost blackout at this point, but I remember little parts. Like I'm laying in bed and I puke all over her bed, like, and I'm rolling in it.
Oh my god, no! I'm just rolling in it. You were like rubbing your face like a fucking cat in it, and then like her legs in it, and then I don't know why she's doing this.
It's a sensory experience.
And her significant other, her baby daddy, had to carry me back out to the bathroom again to shower me and like strip me naked. And I'm crying because I don't want people to see me naked. And then Sonia had to strip the sheets and put new sheets on, put me to bed again. I remember hearing people say she might have like alcohol poisoning. I didn't. But like people were concerned.
Yeah, I said she's fine.
Yeah. I probably could have had alcohol. It was bad. I was puking like a lot.
Yeah, if you're throwing
black,
up,
so
it's alcohol poisoning. But then it's like the extent of.
If it turns black, you know it's a problem.
You should go to the hospital.
If you can't wake up, you know.
I wake up again at like 2 a.m. Everyone's gone. But then I realized that I forgot to take my birth control because I was drinking. I start crying again. And Sonia just shakes her head. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Good night." And then I woke up in the morning and I felt it. And Sonia's like, "You want to go for breakfast?" I was like, "No, no, I don't." And she's like, "Yeah, I think you need some bacon and eggs." I'm like, "No, I don't." Apparently, I was so hammered. Sonia, like, to call my mom to say Happy New Year, Sonia had to do it. She's like, "No, Don Ray's asleep."
Yeah, she already fell asleep. Oh.
I was panicking. I was crying. I was like, "No, my mom can't find out I'm drunk." And Sonia's like,
She
"Okay, well, shut the fuck
knew.
up."
Like,
Yeah, it's a New Year's Eve party. Like,
yeah. Teenagers hanging out at like with no parental advisory, and like Sonia was like a new mom in like her own place, which my mom helped her with. So like therefore she knew. She fucking knew.
Yeah. I wasn't even old enough to drink. It was fun though.
It was a rough night.
Yeah, well, it wasn't fun for me. But
when you have to be in the caregiver
it
role.
wasn't fun for me either after I got sick. Like,
hey, at least I clean up my own vomit, okay? Like, I wasn't making any of you guys clean up after me.
Yeah. That wasn't a bad party experience. It was a bad like 2 minutes for me.
Yeah.
I like. It wasn't even a lot of vomit. It was just like a little dribble. And I was like, it was so bad. I was like gagging. I was like, oh my gosh.
No.
And, you know, and I'm a parent, but apparently I just couldn't.
Not that night.
Oh, no. In real life, too. Like, if there's anything gross like that, it's, I cry the whole time. Like,
I do like when I'm cleaning up my kids' vomit, like I'll be gagging the whole time. Like I'm like while I'm cleaning it up, and Chris is like, "You okay?" I'm like, like just trying to get through it. Yeah.
Oh no, the worst was Caleb got really, really sick one time, and so he threw up on the couch and whatever. I'm like, fuck, all right, like let's go for a shower. I get him about 3 stairs up, and he projectile vomits on me, like from the chin down. And I'm like, oh God. And like my stairs are made out of wood, but if they're wet, it's slippery because it's like that, like
mucusy. Yeah. Oh,
I'm
talking
like,
about the vomit.
And I'm like, I have bare feet. All right. And this vomit is like making me slide everywhere. So I'm like, David, come help me. Like, I'm gonna fall down the stairs. David's like, I can't. Kale puked on me 3 times. At the end of it, I ended up puking back onto Kale.
That's what you get.
It's like one of those comedy routines you see in movies.
It should have been in a movie. It was bad. But like, I was like, Caleb, blah. I'm crying. And Dave's like, so Dave gets to the landing. He holds Caleb by like the hand, and he's like, "Go, go." And I was like, "I gotta start to shout." It was so bad. He would refuse to help me at first. He's like, "No, no, I'll throw up." And I'm like, "What do you think's gonna happen to me?" And sure enough, I puked on Caleb. And that was my worst moment of being a mom, I think, when you throw up on your kid.
That was my kids feed me shit. Okay. My kids are assholes. The whole time is the worst moment of being a parent. So like Sage was younger and we were playing like Tea Party, and I thought she was pretending to feed me cake. It wasn't.
Oh no.
Yeah, like kids are just so fucking disgusting. I just can't even. Don't do it. I guess just mistakes were made.
Yeah.
I know it's too late for everyone, but just don't do it.
It's too late for us. Save yourself.
Right? That's what it is, right? Like save
Don't make the
yourself.
mistakes we did.
Yeah.
Here I was like 18, and I was like, I'll finally be loved. No, I won't.
Yeah. No.
No.
Oh,
I get told I'm hated all the time. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh. I'm up to my last child who's in that phase. They need me all the time, but I hate you.
Yeah, I know. And like my oldest is starting to like really start like almost like power arguments with his dad. Like Isabel will be like, say something, like Chris will be like, have you taken your meds? And he's like, I was about to. Like, it's like, well, you haven't, so we're just making sure you took your meds. He's like, you don't need to remind me, I was going to. And then like, of course, if he forgets, then we're like, did you take your meds? You were supposed to an hour ago. He'd be like, I forgot. And it's like, okay, well, you don't need to be rude about it. Like, we're reminding you.
Remind me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Why did you remind? Yeah, I'm like, I reminded you 6 times. Go for a fucking shower. And then like it's bedtime, like you need to go to bed, and they smell like ass. And they're like, why didn't you remind me? I fucking did.
Nick was the worst. He would get so every morning waking him up for high school, right? So he doesn't miss the bus. Pound on the door, it's 7:00. I know. Again, every morning. And then I'd be like, well, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to do it again. So sure enough, he sleeps in and he's like, Mom, why didn't you wake me up? And I'm like, because you get mad at me every time. And he's like, so that's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, oh, you asshole. Like, get out of my house.
Go to school.
Grow up already so you can leave.
Or at least the hormones can be done. Like, my oldest is finally like, all the hormones are like
leveling out.
Yes. It's like, oh, thank God. But now I have 3 all at the same time. Like once Kara left, the youngest entered. So like now it's still 3. But it's okay. I have like 9 years and then it should be okay.
Only
no,
9.
I don't think it is. Like, I'm still going through it, so I don't know. I'll let you know.
9 will be 23. So
your youngest will be 23 in 9 years?
Yes.
Time is so fucking fast. Like, I'm happy to be dead before you know it.
Yeah, just like bam, that'll be a party.
What a life. Oh man.
Ooh, a party. It wasn't a party. We're doing like a live stream at Jessica's house. We're playing the Uno game.
Oh yeah.
And I got so fucking wasted.
You were running the game, by the way.
Yeah. And like Kyle picked me up and we were driving to his parents' house and I was mad at him and I don't know why. And like, I was like, don't fucking talk to me. He's like, what? And I don't know why. I was like, you know why. You did that thing.
No, I really don't.
And I was just so angry, but I couldn't remember why. I was like, I just can't remember because I'm drunk, but I know I'm mad at you. And he did nothing wrong. And like for the whole 30-minute drive home, I was so mad at him. I didn't let him listen to music, nothing. I was like,
oh my God. You guys leaving my house fucked is like a common thing. Like
Yeah.
the last time we got together, Dawn left and
So
didn't know how
drunk.
she got back. I'm a
So
bad
fucking
influence.
drunk.
Yeah.
But you
That was a
fed me
scary-
alcohol. Like
You
and
asked!
Chris would
Yeah.
come back, she's like,
You're-
oh, make me a drink.
She
And then,
took her
like,
job seriously.
yeah. Well, so did Chris. Chris did it too. Like he could, like, give me my drink, and I'm like, it's good. It's a good drink. And Sonya's like takes this drink. She's like, oh, that's fucking strong. I'm like, no, it's not. It's good.
You chugged the first one.
Yeah, you fucking chugged it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so strong. You just
It's not.
It was strong enough for a sip drink and to still
Yeah.
get you shit faced. Like it was good.
No.
yeah, because he looked up like cocktails to make, and he actually made simple syrup and stuff. So he was trying to be all fancy
It
pants.
was really good. It was good enough that I chugged it. Okay.
I'm sure it could have been anything.
Yeah, fucking toilet bowl cleaner. It's like,
I forget what happened that day, but I remember it was like it was a shit day. So like as soon as I walk in, Jessica, she like turns to Chris, she's like, you like get her drunk. Like that's the goal. And I was like, okay.
Yeah,
And then
we
you guys
doing
took
this.
it serious. And then
Yeah.
I took it serious. It was a good time.
it was that night was bad because after I had my weed gummies, I was like, I had the munchies and all I had was a bag of candy and it ended up being weed gummies. I'm pretty sure I was stoned the rest of the time I was with you guys. Like
It was so bad. We did so like I have a weed guy. It's legal here, okay? And they deliver to my door. It's a great service. And so I had Sonia order with me because the bigger your order, the more freebies they give you. Usually it's like a lighter and like a free joint or something, but we had ordered so much. They gave us like double the amount of gummies. So like it was just this pile of just weed gummies that I was just like, just take them. Like I don't do edibles that often. So yeah.
yeah.
And then Sonia took a bunch, and then she tried to like pawn off some to me. She's like, "Here, you should have some." And I'm like, I don't do well with those. Like, what are you doing?
It's okay though, because I ate a whole bag. And then you're allowed to carry it on the airplane. Like they don't care.
Yeah, in Canada.
Yeah, in Canada.
As long as it's
Yeah.
a domestic flight, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was ready to have my argument. I had it open on my cell phone, everything. I was like, okay, I'm gonna search me. I got this. And they didn't fucking care. Like, I bring liquids on my plane, like
Your medication.
my medications without proper labels.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
it's
same.
just I just throw
They don't care.
everything in my bag. And then sometimes they're like, oh, do you have gels and liquids? And I'm like, I always say no, because I've in my brain, I'm thinking they're asking about the legal amount.
Mhm.
And I always say no, like I have what I'm supposed to have. Like if you want to search me, you can. Like it's not a big deal. They never do. They do when I have like I'm carrying books and stuff in my bag because they are usually like bricks. Looks like bricks. So
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you carrying? Or if I'm bringing board games, or like Xboxes, anything like that, they're like, what the fuck is this? But
Yeah, Chris's like DJ controller gets checked all the time.
with
You
the
know.
wand,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's because that's how they
Yeah.
smuggle drugs. I guess they use like electronics and they put it inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a cocaine tester.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking dog nose, but it's
Heroin?
a wand.
No, I think it's heroin they mostly look
I
for.
don't know, but it looks like the ultrasound, the cervix ultrasound wand, and
Yeah.
it always gives me PTSD seeing it. I'm like, oh. I'm like, no, my God, no, thank you.
No, thank you. I'm trying to think of like other bad party experiences, but I feel like the bad party experiences I don't really remember.
Yeah, like
because
the
usually
bacon?
it's like, yeah, like I was so shit faced then that I don't remember what I did. I do. One teenage party experience for me. I went to this party and there was a kid there that I had a crush on. So I was 15, 16 probably. And then I was like, oh, I'll just get shit faced so I have the courage to go up to him.
Oh no.
Right? Actually, it went okay. I got shit faced. I don't really remember it, but apparently we were making out for a little bit. So I was like, that's cool. We didn't end up dating or anything. He walked me home the next day, like after for next school day, he walked me home and like we talked for a little bit and then he never asked me out. So I think that was like the test. So he didn't like my sober conversation, but while we're drunk, it was great. But that same party, like after that, it was my friend's house and he had multiple floors. The top floor was the smoking floor. It's the only floor you were allowed to smoke weed and stuff like that. But the bottom floor in the basement, he would set up a band and it'd be like live music and stuff down there. And so I went to the basement I tried to go to the basement. I was shit faced and walking down the basement stairs, it didn't have a railing and I fell. And so the closest thing I could grab was the low ceiling and I ripped a tile and like a bar off the ceiling and like fell to the floor. So like I got kicked out, but my friends were still there and I was staying at her place. So I went and slept in the backyard. And they had a little pond there. And so I guess where the way I slept, my feet were like in the water. And I just laid there. And then my friend came and got me and we went back to her place. And my feet were like muddy soaked. I had left my shoes there. I didn't even grab my shoes. And I slept in her bed. She ended up vomiting. We were both sleeping in her bed. So the end of the one side was all muddy and bloody. And then the top was all covered in vomit. So we were a fun pair to wake up to her mom the next morning. But then the next day at school, everyone kept coming up to me going, "Oh yeah." And I was like, "Why is everyone doing that?" Turns out they like started calling me the Kool-Aid man because of me falling and smashing that. I ended up paying him back for it. And it ended up being the nickname on my improv jersey that year. And I ended up finishing high school being known as Kool-Aid due to that party in grade 10. So.
That's fantastic.
To the point that now it's like a running joke still with high school people I still talk to.
Like, hey, Kool-Aid?
Yeah, hey, Kool-Aid. My husband bought me a Kool-Aid shirt because he heard the story. So, like, yeah. So what you do in your teen years stays with you sometimes. Yeah.
It was a temporary bad party. But like when Kyle and I first started not dating, but like banging, we went, hooking up. We went to one of his like university friends' little house party things, but we decided we'd like pre-drink first. And then he drank too much. And on the way walking there, he like threw up everywhere. And I was like, oh, okay, like here, take my favorite fucking sweater and like you can use it to clean yourself up. And then like we just left it there because it's covered in vomit. And then I was like, well, that's my favorite sweater. I'm never going to see it again. But, you know, so I was heartbroken. So but it was okay because like he needed it. And then so I was sad. And then when the snow melted, we walked past there and my sweater was still there. So I grabbed it.
Oh no.
And it was fine. I washed it. It was fine. So
it's fine. You saved it. It's good.
Yes. Yeah. But I was like, that was my favorite sweater until it like fell apart. Like it was just
I hate that. Like I always have like favorite clothes or had favorite clothes and I'm like, where'd they go? And it's always like, oh yeah, I couldn't wear it anymore for this reason. Like, why can't it just be good forever? It's my favorite.
Right? Like,
yeah,
why doesn't it grow with you if like you like gain weight, it gains like some extra inches? That'd be great.
Yeah. Like toddler clothes?
Like toddler clothes, yeah. Like rolls up.
Yeah.
My oldest article of clothing is a shirt I've had for 20 years. And I wear it all the time. I wore it all the time I was pregnant. I wore it while I was extra fat because it fit. It was loosey goosey. It's tight. It got tight. It's tight now, but it's my favorite. It's like 20 years old. Hasn't fallen apart yet. I paid $5 for it at like a thrift store.
Clothes were made better back then too.
They were.
They were.
Now
were.
everything falls apart like right away. It doesn't matter if you buy it from some, site like Shein or whether you buy it from a clothing store. It's all made in the same places.
Yeah, like expensive jeans from like the bootleggers, whatever those fucking stores are called, and my thighs just rip apart in them like 4 wears. I was like, what the fuck?
I have 3 pairs of jeans I bought at Urban Outfitters when they were having like clearance, like it was like an outlet, and they were $10 each. And if I hadn't have known how these fit, because I didn't like try them on, I would have stocked up. And now that I want this brand of jeans, they were called like wax jeans. And now that I want this brand of jeans, can't find them anywhere. And I can feel the fabric starting to thin in my thighs. And I'm like, no, I've had these for like 4 years now, and I wear them like all the time. I have 3 pairs, and I'm like, if I ever find more, I'm never letting them go.
It's rare I get them online.
No, I can't find them anywhere. At least the style that I have, like the brand probably has different styles, but it's like they fit up past my belly button, which a lot of high-waisted do not. They're like loosey goosey, but also like tight in areas. I can just add a belt around my waist. I'm like, the perfect jean for my body. God damn it.
Oh, I used to go to this one store. It was for like curvier women, and they were the perfect thing. I've always had like a bubble butt and thick thighs, but I used to be like a twig, and I could never find pants that would fit nice. And I found this store, and it was amazing. It was the best 2 years of my life, because then I ended up being a mom and had to buy pants from Zellers, and they were not good.
Yeah, I wore my maternity clothes for probably far too long. Then you should wear maternity clothes after you have the kid. So yeah.
Well, they're
No.
so comfy.
I know, right?
Yes, my last 4
I still
pregnancies,
have mine.
I wore the shit out of them until they fell apart. With my oldest, I didn't have maternity clothes. I was a size 0 the whole time. Yeah, so I didn't have to like get extra pants or anything. I ended up with a little belly at the end, and I was still walking.
Stupid bitch.
I was a whale with each one.
Oh, the rest of them I was, because like I became an adult the rest of the times I had kids.
Yeah.
Like when you're a child having children, you have child-sized body. Like that's what it is.
No, that's not true. Because I was just like, I was 108 pounds when I was pregnant with Nick, like in the beginning, and then like the last month blew up. Like he was like out to ridiculous, and I was like, oh my god, and I cried, because stretch marks were bad.
Oh yeah, I have bad stretch marks too.
I do now. Fucking shoulders down, tiger. As it goes all the way down to my calves. Just like,
I'm lucky a lot of mine have started to like become like clear. So now they kind of like silvery stripes.
Yeah,
Mine are like it's like this is the skin of a mother, Bella, It's glowing.
Mine are still bright purple.
I have some bright purple. Oh my god.
Some are like in areas that are just
mine are all
my bad
skin. Right on my inner thigh, like that inner thigh skin right near like your vulva, like right in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's so thin. I have like the deepest stretch marks for some reason right there. Like I feel like my skin is ripping apart. I feel like if I just like poked it, I would just bleed out. Like that's
eyes would bust open. Yeah.
Like that's how like it's thin the skin looks. I'm like, oh my god, like is that my organs? Like I don't like where like it's like translucent.
That's how mine are. All of mine, they're like these thick purple, very thin, slippery type of like stretch marks. Because like with the first guy, like Bella, my second child, I went from 105 pounds to 205 pounds. So like that's a lot of skin being stretched. So like that was fun, and I've never recovered since then.
These ones are just new, and I'm like, the only person that'll see them is Chris. But now, like, I'm like, always try to like not think, because I feel like if there's stretch marks there's stretch marks like up my butt, and I don't want to think about those ones because I can't see them.
Well, if it's dark, you can't see nothing anyway. It's fine.
Parties.
That's a bad party. Pregnancy?
Yeah.
Not a good party.
That's the worst party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like party, I just see. The problem is I didn't get to really party much because when I became of age, I was busy being pregnant all the time, and then I had too many kids. So like, it's not like I could just go out all the time.
Yeah.
But
I was bad in high school. Like I partied all the time with anyone. Like if you invited me to a party, I was there. Like I was like, oh, okay. Like out of my house, yeah, I'm there. Like just get me out of here.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, yeah, it was just like drinking and then vomiting and then drinking and then vomiting. I mean, once it's not really a party. I just got drunk behind a Walmart with some friends. I guess never mind. That wasn't. I'm like, it's a party. No, but I got one of my lenses fell out. And my one friend wanted to talk to his ex-girlfriend who was working in the shoe department at Walmart. So he had a few courage drinks, and we walked in. And then while I was with him, I vomited. So he had to run me to the Walmart bathroom. So yeah, so that was a bad party, I guess.
When there's vomit involved, it's a bad party.
Yeah, it's a bad party.
Sometimes I can vomit and keep rocking.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Vegas a few months back, like we ended up getting bottle service, but it was only me and my husband's manager that was drinking the bottle. So we're drinking like this full bottle of, I think it was like vodka. So we were just mixing it with juice, and he kept like pouring it for me. He's like, we got to keep going. And I ended up was like, I got to go to the bathroom, went to the bathroom, threw up, cleaned up my mess, came back out, started drinking some more. I mean, that's Vegas energy though.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that. Well, I guess I did. I did that in Vegas with you guys. I just
It's Vegas. Yeah,
I can keep going.
Vegas.
I don't know what it is. Something in the air.
Cigarettes. The Vegas. The cigarettes.
Yeah. It's just
Oh
so
my
dry, like
gosh.
you have to drink.
Yes. And then, so I have also a vomit story party. I was out drinking with my brother and his friends, and every time they went out to have a smoke, I would just take a few shots. And then I had to pee, obviously. So I go and I'm about to go pee, and this girl comes in and she throws up all over me.
Oh no.
Like she was like rushing and then like bust the door open. And like, so I'm in the bathroom trying to like clean up myself. And then like all these other girls came in and they're like, oh my gosh. And they're like all trying to help me. Like the amount of support in a girl's bathroom is insane.
Always.
I love it.
Yeah. And then, cause I guess I don't know what happened. And then, so they're like, oh, were you sick? I was like, no, somebody, like the person who just left, like threw up on me. And they're just like, oh my gosh, like that's terrible. And I'm trying to wash my shirt and everyone's looking for like perfume in their bags. So like, let's just like spray it as I'm washing it in the sink. And it was terrible. But at the same time, I just kept going on. Like I smelled like vomit and cheap whore shower, like for the rest of the
French
night.
bathroom, yeah, the French bath.
And it didn't stop me. I was like still drinking and having fun, and like my brother didn't say anything. He's like, "Why do you smell like that?" I was like, "Because, man, like I've thrown up on." He was like, "Oh, you want to go home?" I was like, "No, let's just go.
This is rock and roll." Like,
yeah. And then we had to walk home from the bar because it was closing. We like closed down the bar, and I'm pretty sure we stole someone's scooter. So if it was your scooter, I'm sorry. Like it was
you
just
vomited on that night. You needed it.
It was on the sidewalk. It was just on the sidewalk, like abandoned. It wasn't in anyone's
What's
yard or
with people
anything.
being like high and drunk and stealing scooters? Like Nick did that the other like last month. I went. I don't know why, but I had to go in my backyard for something, and there was a scooter, and I was like, "Did some little kid throw their fucking scooter in my yard? Who the fuck does that?" And then I told David. David like throws it back over the fence. He's like, "Fuck that kid," right? Nicholas comes up, he's like, "Where's my scooter?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, your scooter?" He's like, "I got that scooter. Like, I was high and I had to come home and I got a scooter." I'm like, "You stole a scooter from some little kid?" He's like, "They weren't out there." I was like, "Oh my God." And then so he brought it back in to the yard and David throws it back over the fence. He's like, no, we're not having this scooter here.
That's someone else's scooter now.
Yeah, that's someone else. Yeah, that's someone
But
else.
like Nick came home, it wasn't even that far. Like Nick was at his buddy's house, which is like behind the store. That's literally a block over. And that's where he was leaving. And from there to my house, somehow he found a scooter and had to like come home with it. I was like, "Are you kidding me? You couldn't just walk? Like you were that fucked up you couldn't walk?" He's like, "But it's my scooter now." I'm like, no, it's not.
It's not how it works.
Yeah.
It's in the apocalypse yet.
It's not, yeah.
Give it time.
Yeah. I always feel bad too about this scooter. I like always think about it. And I it pops back into my head. I'm like, oh my God, I stole somebody's fucking scooter.
Right?
Like it's like guilt.
If they're only like $30 now, I don't give a shit. That's $30 that someone might not have any again. So
yeah. 19-year-old me was an asshole. It was
Yeah. I feel like
17-year-old my son is an asshole.
I feel like most of that age are assholes. Like you have to go through the phase of like realizing you're not king shit.
Yeah.
You know, like we're all just fucking people.
Well, I instantly, as soon as I sobered, I like regretted. Like I've always been like stupid morals. Like that's always guilt, empathy towards others. So like I try not to cause.
So drunk 19-year-old Sonia is an asshole.
I'm thinking it was my brother and his friends. I'm gonna blame them. I just used it the most because I had little legs.
Fair. It was actually for your disability.
It was. Yeah. It was
accommodations.
A disability accommodation. It was the longest walk of my life. I don't think I got home until like 4 a.m. It was fucking disgusting. I just
oh my God, I remember doing so many drunk walks home that were like, if I was sober, this wouldn't happen. This wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Do we have any other last minute worst party stories?
No, that's everything.
That's everything.
That's everything. That like you could like think of like I've had lots of good parties like where I didn't get thrown up on or steal a scooter or somebody throw up in my bed. Dumb.
Yeah, the dream.
Oh, another thing that happened to Domri that night, since you're already telling everybody, I'm just gonna make it worse. So I had to take her to the bathroom a few times. And like this one time she was like wiping herself, but then she would like wipe her face and then wipe herself again. Like it was
it didn't happen.
Like they're fucking lying. Like
why? I do not remember that. And I remember most parts of that night. That I do not remember.
You were blocking it out.
Repressed memories. Yeah. Like I like to like mention it because like it super embarrasses her. Like she's not gonna
If it happened, like yeah, okay, I'm a fucking gross nerd. But I don't remember it happening.
Yeah, no, that's just where she draws the line, wiping her face with her used toilet paper.
Yeah, with her pee-pee toilet. But like the amount of times you peed, it must have been mostly water anyway. It's fine.
He's sterile anyway.
No, like, we've had this discussion, Dawn. We've had the pee is not sterile discussion.
Oh my God. Sterile. There's something going around the internet right now where white people fucking are using pee to help with ear infections.
Oh yeah.
Are you fucking the crunchy moms are at it again? It's fucking disgusting. Like holistic medicine has gone too far. Like it's gross.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
that. No.
No.
Yeah, I prefer to keep my urine away
the
from
toilet.
me.
Yeah.
Somewhere else. Once it's out of my body,
It's
take
gone.
it.
It's
It's
gone.
gone. I don't want it. I don't want to keep
No.
it. I don't want to see it.
Oh, I was at a bush party once, and I was walking home. It's not a bad experience. It's just funny. Like, I'm not embarrassed by it or anything. And I had to pee, so I ran behind a bank and like pulled down my pants, but ended up just pissing all over my pants anyway. And then I had to go.
Done that or something
I had to
like
go
that.
home
Yeah.
with wet pants, but I was like walking in a group with people, so I was like a little embarrassed, but at the same time, I was like too drunk to care.
I love that feeling of too
I
drunk to
just
care.
laughed
Like the
it
cool
off.
kids pee their pants.
Yeah, everyone pees their pants. I was like, I
Yeah.
tried, man. Like, it's not in the spot where it looks like you peed yourself. Like, it's all over the legs. Remember the baggy pants, guys? Like it was like, early 2000s. There was fucking the pants that like
Mod
Yeah.
robes or whatever they're called.
bigger than your body, and it's really hard to squat and pee in them because they get all on the ground. They surprisingly your pants go to the ground. Because I don't got a dink, so I don't get to spray it all over the place like a little
I know.
hose.
I'm so jealous. I want to. Do you think Chris will let me hold it one time?
Yes,
Like while he
Maybe.
pees?
yes. I'm gonna say yes. I joke about it with Kyle all the time, and he's like, "Okay, sure." I haven't done it yet, but like I feel like he'd let me.
Our
so I'm
anniversary
thinking-
is coming up.
So it'll be like an anniversary thing.
Yeah, like maybe if we make it like romantic, he'll let
My
me.
anniversary is coming up too.
Oh my god, maybe
God.
I'll just throw like rose petals in the toilet.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
candles?
Light some candles on the
Yeah.
back. Yeah. Dim the lights.
Some like jazz in the
What?
background. Yeah.
And be like, I'm ready.
Sorry,
You'd be like, for fucking what?
time.
Things like maybe a golden shower or something's about to
It's
happen.
like, no,
but-
I made it for the toilet.
Yeah.
Good. I just want to try.
I just want to hold it for you.
Oh, I wonder how. Like, will I like kneel in front of him and hold it, or will I do like the wrap around?
Wrap
like,
around.
Why
I would-
wouldn't
I
you,
would
like-
wrap around?
You should be
But
able to
I
like,
want to
stand-
see maybe.
Yeah, stand beside him, hold his hand, and then like the other one, just hold it.
Do you think he'll let me film it? I don't know. I'll ask him these questions. I'll let him listen to this episode and we'll see.
Yeah, the options.
Yeah. I'll keep you guys updated.
It's important information.
Well, I want to once again thank our VIP Patreon. Hopefully, I didn't scare off with that conversation. Stephanie, have you
Listen, if
ever
she's-
held it?
If she's still around after the bowl milking, then like she is dedicated to the cause. Like it's like the amount of shit we say and like people are still listening to us. I'm like, where's the bar? Like, what is the limit?
It's gone.
Like,
It's underground.
We just
like,
keep fucking
dude.
passing it. We're just like, no,
Yeah.
you thought that was bad. Just you wait.
Let's dig another like foot under the ground and stick it
yeah,
there.
like the intrusive thoughts keep just coming out and we just like word vomit and people keep listening. So I don't know what the limit is, but we'll find out, I'm sure.
The limit does not exist. So if you want to be as dedicated to our intrusive thoughts as Stephanie is, feel free to follow us on our Patreon at the VIP level. But feel free to join on any tier. We have a $2 tier as well as a $5 tier, where $5 and up you get access to our pre-drinks episodes, where you get to hear us talk before we record our regular episodes. Sometimes we play a game, sometimes we just talk.
Sometimes we just like start the episode early and cut off.
Yeah, we're like, and you get like the extra detailed, juicy personal details there. That,
Names. You get names.
yeah, you get
Yeah.
names. we paywall the that information. Yeah. So I don't think we have anything else coming up.
Not today.
No,
Maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
I'm excited because by the time this comes out, it's gonna be in August, and I'm super pumped for October. We're gonna have to start talking Halloween movies soon.
Mhm.
Yes.
So yeah, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, so we'll see you all next time.
See you next week.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.